this can be a real weapon for you, Casey. Obviously, the Terra Nova got 3 points out of it, but now they also put Menlo in poor field position, 80 yards away.
Time winding down here in the first quarter. Should be the last play for Menlo. Could be the last play.
You see about 8 bodies right near the line of scrimmage there. So.
And they hand it off to Bo Nichols, and Bo is wrapped up quickly.
The defense is, challenging you to throw, pass, or run, get by them because they've got 8 men up near the line of scrimmage. You can see them right here.
Stasny goes in motion to the far side. A handoff again goes to Bo. He bounces to the outside, tried to break free, but got hit from behind and dropped. That was Eddie Lorenzen who got him.
That's going to be a negative yardage play, and what we've talked about earlier, you don't have enough blockers when they have 8 players up near the line. So Menlo is going to have to figure out a way to get by that first wave or block most of them, or it could be difficult here.
Wickers to pass. Now he brings it down, feeling the heat, and he's going down. So Terra Nova again bringing the pressure. Joshua Cruz eventually took him out, but Menlo is going to go 3 and out here on their 3rd possession of the game.
Well, again, good pressure, and I would assume good coverage because when he looked downfield, he had no one to throw the ball to. So it's going to be a punt formation and a probable punt here.
Good snap. The punt is a low line drive punt that takes a Menlo bounce. It's going to be scooped up at the 50 by Felix Johnson. And Felix is inside Menlo territory and down to the 36. So again, back-to-back possessions, Ray, with excellent field position for Terra Nova.
Well, they do, and I think there's this, this was a wise move by Johnson. He was able to get to the ball. It was bouncing along, and Menlo would have had, a nice kick out of it if he did not pick it up. He not only picks it up, but makes the first man miss, and then he's down inside the 40. So Menlo's going to have to play good defense to prevent a score.
I formation. Handoff goes to Johnson on first down.
I think it's safe to say he's their workhorse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Casey. So Johnson has gotten the ball most of the time. They've been primarily a run team, and they've had good field position. So call it second, about 8, maybe 9. And tight this time, a little reverse.
And the reverse goes to Joshua Cruz. Cruz tries to tuck it upfield. Bo Nichols was there as well as Kamyar Butt. He was there to sniff that one out too.
Well,
nice defense.
In this case, the formation may have given it away slightly because it was in a wing, and you can see now they have wide receivers spread out.
A little bit of a bobble on the exchange to Johnson. He's still on his feet, tries to turn it upfield, and he's got a first down. A big run by Felix Johnson as he was hit well short of the first down and picks it up.
2 tacklers hit him, and they kind of knock each other off, and he does not go down and keeps his feet moving and then picks up, I think, a first down yardage. So very, very nice run.
Terra Nova picks up the first down. They're threatening again. Handoff to Felix Johnson. And he is taken down. Flag thrown late.
Well, there was good penetration this time, and we've seen Menlo do that on 2 or 3 occasions, get into the backfield. And if you can get into the backfield, obviously you hurt the timing of the play, the blocking, etc. Now, there was a penalty, and we can see if Menlo goes ahead and takes that penalty.
So it's 1st and 15.
Draw
to Johnson.
Again,
still
ran
on his
right
feet.
out of the tackle. Ran out about 3 tackles there.
Felix Johnson will refuse to go down as he picks up positive yardage of what could have been a loss of yards for Terra Nova.
Well, that's the draw, and similar to what he did a couple plays ago, he ran out of 2 tackles and turns a negative into a positive. So this is a ball carrier that Menlo is going to have to tackle and be sure of their tackles each and every time.
2nd and 3. Pitch to Johnson.
Inside.
He's got a big hole. Makes a man miss. Cuts towards the goal line and is in for a touchdown. As Felix Johnson did everything on that drive, and he gets pay dirt from about 18 yards out. Felix Johnson gives Terra Nova the lead.
Well, it looks to me like he's got very good upper body strength. He does not go he's not easily knocked down, and he's sure to knocked off a couple, 2 or 3 would-be tacklers. So with that score, Terra Nova takes the lead, and they have had good field position on both of their scoring drives.
10-0 Tigers.
10-7.
Excuse me, 10-7 Tigers. I shorted Menlo with a touchdown there. as Williams has got it. He tries to make a man miss. He's inspired by the way Felix Johnson seems to make people miss, and he has got a nice return for Menlo as they try to get the offense rolling. It moved pretty much at will on the first drive, and the last 2 drives have gone 3 and out.
Well, this was, I think, designed to go up the middle, but it wasn't a wedge. It was what is commonly called cross blocking, and you know, a nice job of running by Jordan Williams, but you know, and so he gets back to the 35-yard line. Menlo's going to need to go ahead and pick it up offensively just to keep their defense off the field a little bit.
Oh, a lot of movement.
I think that was Menlo maybe that was offside.
And that'll back him up 1st and 15. So that doesn't help to try and get the offense going. A little quick hole, but the Menlo Knights have an explosive offense. A little bit of movement again there.
Again, yeah. Well, usually when you've got a blitzing defense, and I think that's what Terra Nova's been running quite a bit of, you know, sometimes you're a little bit too quick to make that initial block or get out on your pass route. So they're going to have to be patient and look for those defensive, those hard-charging linemen.
Passing left, and that's going to be intercepted. And a turnover there for Terra Nova.
He's not down yet.
Still going to about the 33-yard line. So Menlo goes back 10 yards and then turnover, and Terra Nova already leading 10-7 is deep inside Menlo territory again.
Excellent field position, and you know, those I think that maybe just a little bit of lack of concentration on the offside penalties, but the pass was thrown and intercepted by Terra Nova, and they got the ball ready to go. And now they fumble it.
And the ball is loose. Felix Johnson, however, jumps back on it.
Be a minus yardage play, and again, it looked like pretty good penetration, even though he couldn't find the handle. But Johnson gets back on the ball, so it's 2nd about 13.
Handoff. Still plowing forward down to the 30-yard line is Joshua Cruz.
Well, now in this case, it looked like Menlo might have had good penetration, had him in the backfield, but Cruz just steps out of the tackle and then makes some, you know, positive yardage. But it's still 3rd and about 7 here.
Time winding down, 2nd quarter. Pitch goes to Johnson, and he's going to be hit and taken down. Brad Eckert led the charge along with Richard Harris on that defensive line for Menlo.
Well, that was their toss, or in a sense, a quick pitch, and they could not get to the outside. Menlo does a nice job, so it brings up a 4th.
And they are going to go for it here. Trouble coming from behind. He's got to get rid of it, and he squirts free and has room to the left side and
he's
blocking.
He's going to pick up the 1st down.
1st down and more down to the 20-yard line before Menlo finally swarms over, and you could see some reaction from the Menlo defenders. They had the quarterback wrapped up in the backfield, Lorenzen, a couple times, and he was able to squirm free.
Well, in this first half, the Terra Nova ball carriers, whether it would be quarterback, fullback, or halfback, have been able to go ahead and get free from the initial tackler or defender and pick up additional yardage, and in this case, for the 1st down. That was a big, big play on a 4th down.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. 2 receivers, 2 men in the backfield. And the quarterback keeps it right up the middle.
Now, that was probably, I guess it was a quarterback draw or a delay play. Didn't look like a sneak, but either way, it's about a 4 or 5 yard gain.
Fumble on the exchange from the center to quarterback, but he jumps back on it again. So a couple fumbles here on this drive that have been pounced back on by the Tigers.
And that's what a blitzing defense does. So we've seen both offenses have trouble with the blitz.
Handoff goes to Felix Johnson. Why not? And he got room down to the 5 and is into the end zone for a touchdown. So they didn't go to him for about 4 plays in a row. Finally give it back to Felix Johnson, and he's in for the touchdown.
Well, again, good initially. Looked like he's going to be tripped up or maybe not make a touchdown at least, but good, kept his feet churning and got in the end zone. So Menlo's got a
bobble point after attempt, and the holder is going to try and run it in for 2. Still pushing forward, and he's got it. So Terra Nova turns the bobbled snap into 2 points, and they lead it 18-7.
Well, again, I think that there's been, some missed tackles, which have allowed the ball carrier, to go ahead and make additional yardage. And in this case, he ends up with a 2-point play. Could come back to really hurt Menlo. There's only 5 seconds left in the half.
The kick goes to Jordan Williams, and Jordan is down.
Well, it was good coverage on play.
As you mentioned, Terra Nova was swarming on the kickoff. So Menlo has actually about a minute left to go. And the Knights look to get the offense rolling a little bit here, trailing now 18-7. They went up 7-0. It's been 18 unanswered points for Terra Nova. Wickers
still a lot of pressure.
Try and scramble, and he's going to run out of bounds. A heads-up play to stop the clock. Lost about 2 yards.
Once again, we still see 7, 8-man line. Now they're not always all rushing, but they're getting different gaps and seams, and they're getting through and putting pressure on the quarterback. That was a little too fast on that one.
A little bit too fast.
And
you're right, though, Ray. I think this is a product of all that pressure. They're trying to get moving in on their routes to try and get there as soon as possible, and it's just a little bit jumpy. Wickers is in trouble again, and he's going down at the 10-yard line. So Menlo continues to go backwards, and I believe Terra Nova is going to take a timeout here, thinking they might be able to get the ball back here in this half.
Well, and what that stunting, blitzing defense does for you, it causes some confusion for your blockers up front. So Menlo's going to have to get that straightened out at the half if they're going to go ahead and have a little more success with their offense.
Quick pass out to the right is complete down to the 20-yard line, and going out of bounds is Jack Suter. So that's going to be well short of the first down marker. Menlo's going to have to punt it away. Correction, that wasn't Jack, that was Cal Mariama, 17, not 7.
Well, it was a good quick screen, and it was a nice play, but unfortunately for Menlo, not enough, to pick up that first, and they are going to punt.
Low line drive punt's going to bounce again. This time Menlo's going to get down there before Felix Johnson can touch it. Still decent field position at the 50, the worst field position to start a drive of this game so far, Ray, and that's been a story as well.
Well, the good news is there's not much time on the clock, so Terra Nova would have to score in a hurry, but we'll see what happens, Casey.
Under a minute to go here, first half, and they do draw play to Felix Johnson.
Well,
Felix
that's the
Jones
draw.
is a Cowboy.
That's the draw, and they were successful on it before, and so they go ahead and run it now. Made pretty good yardage, but again, the clock is the important thing here. Menlo knows that.
4 receivers for Terra Nova. Pass quickly is intercepted. Intercepted by the defensive line as Menlo sniffed that play out, and picking it off on the far side of the field was number 5. That was Sean Hogue, and Sean has made a couple big plays this year for Menlo, and that one was big there.
Well, it might have been a lateral, but it was obviously intercepted. So Menlo is familiar with that, but now they've got the ball and see if they can go ahead and turn the table here and score just before the end of the half.
Wickers, quick pass out left, and that's intercepted. Taken at the 40-yard line, room down this side of the field. Blockers out in front. I believe a flag was thrown, so we will await the penalty marker. But the second interception of the game for Menlo.
Well, Terra Nova has played that slant or in pass very, very well, and that is their second interception. But the flag will probably negate a long run back on this case.
Yeah, we will see if the flag is after the interception, and it was. So it will give Terra Nova possession, as maybe time for one more play here for the Tigers. And they'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson dances to the 50, to the 45. Still going, and finally pushed out of bounds at the 41-yard line, but that'll do it for the first half. So Menlo got out in front 7-0, but Terra Nova is going to take an 18-7 lead as we head into the break here at Terra Nova. We'll be back with the second half here on CCSA. Menlo to receive the opening kickoff as we're about ready to get underway here, second half.